I'm making an HEV suit like you've never seen before. The process of getting here was long and arduous. And honestly, I never thought I'd finish, but I'm almost there. And I need your ideas to help me get to the finish line. In this video, I'll be going through the process of how I came up with the idea to make this and what it took to get there. Before we continue, we need to talk. I know my last video was a bit polarizing, and trust me, I get it. I used AI to help develop my theory, to create B-roll, and even enhance my thumbnail and title. And I can see how that made my video feel disingenuous. I just want to note for this and future videos, I'm cutting that way down. Everything here was created by me, and you're going to see more of that moving forward. So here's the deal. I'm a huge Half-Life fan. Clearly, you could say, without Half-Life, I have no life. And as a kid, I didn't grow up with the GameCube, Nintendo, or even a Wii. I grew up with the PC. The first time that I stepped into the shoes of Gordon Freeman, I wanted to be him. The magic of playing a game with a silent protagonist essentially means that you can almost embody that character as you play. And over time, my love for the series just grew. The first time that I saw the Half-Life 2 Mark V HEV suit, I wanted it. A few years ago, I actually tried making it out of cardboard, and the helmet too. A year later, I found this 3D model on Etsy.
Freeman, right? I've got a message for you. Make sure you don't...
It was super rough around the edges, but I made it work and it looks sick. But at the end of the day, it didn't scratch the itch I had for the Mark V suit. Throughout my collecting journey, I came across this. This is the Mondo T's 1:6 scale Gordon Freeman figure. I couldn't buy it back then since I was a broke high school student, but now that I could, I waited until I found a good price and I locked it in. I love this thing so much that I refused to unbox it. I knew that I wanted a life-size version. No, not that one. One that I could wear. And if you couldn't tell, I like to collect life-size props and replicas most of all. So since my 3D modeling skills were lacking, I decided to go to Fiverr and commission someone to make this version of the suit. I've seen so many different versions of the HEV suit over the years, most of them following this concept art or the original Mark V design, but there's something about this 1:6 scale figure that I just love. So I had it created for me and made sure that it was 3D print ready. This is what it ended up looking like.
Ah, hello, Gordon Freeman. It's good to see you.
So I had to split up the pieces and print them individually. And then when they finally did print, I ended up putting in magnets to make sure that both halves could connect to each other. The suit was a little bit tight around my chest, but I thought it was okay to continue. To make sure that this chest piece didn't come apart, I needed to weld the plastic together. And I also added some extra magnets. From here, I started printing the belt. I added some foam into the chest piece. And you can even catch a glimpse of my vision for what this HEV suit would look like, with the light up Lambda logo in the back. There are a lot of ways that I could have gone about making the light up Lambda logo. I decided to cast a mold, and here's that process. Here's how I made a silicone mold of the Half-Life logo. Not bad for my first time. Fire! Now it's time to sand. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. And if you want to see more, remember, like, and subscribe. I'm not sure what happened from that video to now, but it kind of lost its shine. I'm thinking it's because I painted over it, which you'll see in a little bit. Here's what it looks like now. And it has 3 different modes. But I think the subtlety is kind of cool. Let me know in the comments what you think. I ended up wanting to buy an HEV Suit helmet from Etsy because I could not find one for the life of me. This is what it looked like. It's finally happening. The HEV Suit is coming together. The helmet just came in and it looks insane. And to get to this point with the chest piece, I had to prime. This is the point I was talking about before where I painted over the white part. But I did end up sanding it later. Fill, sand, and then prime, fill, and sand. I sprayed it with this gunmetal gray, and it actually matches the helmet perfectly. We're getting close, y'all. Let me know what you think. This helmet is really nice. Not only is it super durable, if you look on the inside, there's actually 2 switches. One of them is a fan, and the other one is a light. I invented a new type of belt for my HEV suit, and it doesn't even loop around my waist. Getting into huge janky armor like this is ridiculously tedious. So I started looking for smarter ways to attach the pieces. The belt section of the HEV suit isn't a closed loop, so normally you'd need Velcro, clips, or magnets to keep it on. But then, I had a eureka moment. If I connect both sides with a hinge and use elastic straps to tension it closed from each side, it snaps on and off effortlessly and still fits snugly around my waist. So now I need your help. What should I call it? So after looking at my comments to see what to call this thing, a lot of people wanted to call it ridiculous ties. For some reason, I'm not sure how you got that from this. And someone else commented that I actually made a bistable mechanism. So it's actually stable in 2 positions, one when it's fully open and one when it's closed. I think I'm gonna end up calling it something like the hinge belt. I don't really know. I fixed up the back part and I added some wear and tear. Who doesn't love a battle-worn effect? When I made my previous HEV Suit Mark IV, I made it in a way that I could put it onto my mannequin. That same thing could not be said for this one, so I had to improvise. I Van Gogh'd Manny. I'm sorry. Trophies. If your cosplay doesn't fit on your mannequin, just tell your mannequin to lose some weight. Good job, Manny. I'm proud of you. Now it all fits just right. After I chopped up my mannequin, I decided it was time to finish printing the rest of the pieces. So I printed out the thighs, and then I printed them out again because I sized them wrong the first time. And then I did the bottom half of the legs, and they were good. After weeks of sanding, printing, and grinding away, this is my Half-Life HEV suit so far. And today, it finally starts coming to life. I hit every piece with my favorite sandable primer and filler spray paint. This is the holy grail for smoothing out your 3D prints. And once that cured, it was time for that iconic orange paint. I forgot to record myself painting the rest of the suit, but I did paint it orange. I messed up masking this top part off, but I fixed it off camera. And I had to make sure to swap out that Lambda logo. This transparent one looks super cool when it lights up. At this point, you might be thinking, hey, that's cool, but something looks off. And I thought so too. So I decided to press on and add some things that I haven't seen in other HEV suits before. One of the main things that I added to make this work are these. These are actually just elastic straps that go around your shoulders, and it kind of distributes the weight to the bottom rather than the top. If you look at it, the magnets are actually super easily detachable. I didn't really want to go back in and melt more magnets and take stuff apart, so I had to think outside of the box. And this was the best solution that I could come up with. Another thing you can tell that I used is this red quilted fabric. This is actually the material that they put inside of cars for cushioning, and it works perfectly for my purposes. I know it might look like too much red, but think about it. Do we ever see what the inside of the HEV suit looks like? If there's red on the neck parts and also inside where the arms are, then why wouldn't it be red throughout the entire inside? That's just my theory, and that's why I went this route. Another thing, if you compare this to the 1:6 scale Gordon Freeman figure that we talked about earlier, I made some adjustments for personal preference, and I think it looks better this way. Here we are at the precipice, and here's where I need your help. There are two things that I need to complete my HEV suit. The first thing is the abdomen panels. I just want to know what the best way is, or if you have any recommendations to complete this piece. Secondly, I found that the thigh pieces keep slipping down. I'm curious as to how other people have done it, especially with 3D printed parts. I've thought of using Velcro, elastic straps. Nothing that I think of can keep them up. This is what the suit is gonna look like. As you can see, I did put detail on all the other pieces, because what kind of HEV suit is gonna be in pristine condition? Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It really does motivate me to make more videos. See you in the next one.